Buongiorno and benvenuti, this is Giuseppe here with ItalianCookingClass.com. Thank you for watching and joining us today. What we're doing is a very simple recipe, crepes folks. I know that they're simple and they are so wonderful, and what we're going to do is just the base, no filling, no topping of any kind, because you can put whatever you like with them, whether it's savoury or sweet. They actually complement either sides of the spectrum in flavours, because they are really good, really simple. And what I like to do with them is, once I've made a batch, I put them in a squirt bottle, as I'll show you later. I save them, keep them in the fridge for whenever you want to make them. They do last about 3 or 4 days, so if you do them on a Friday, you've got them for the weekend. And all we do is we mix them up in the blender. It's very simple, very easy, very quick. If you're going to use a whisk in a bowl, you can do that there. You just have to let the mix rest, because you get a lot of air in it with a whisk, and we're just going to do it in the blender here. It doesn't create a lot of air in there, and it mixes it up nicely, so we can use it straight away. So basic ingredients are milk, flour, bit of salt, always extract the flavour, and some eggs. Simple as 1, 2, 3. We'll close that up, and we'll just mix that on high speed for a moment. We'll just have a little check of that, just to make sure that everything's in there nicely amalgamated. We'll turn it back on. Perfetto, we'll just let that be for the moment. So I've made the heat there. Now I'm going to pour it out into the squirt bottle, as I mentioned earlier. If you haven't got a squirt bottle, just keep it in a jar and just use it as you require it. This makes a heap of pancakes. Or crepes, sorry. Now when you're doing crepes, it's always good to get a non-stick pan if you have, and if you haven't got one, some butter. Even if you have a non-stick pan, always use butter and just wipe it out, any excess, with a paper towel. That way you've always got the paper towel nice and ointed, ready to wipe over when we've already removed the first one. So that's fairly hot. We'll just add this crepe mix. Look at that, just nice and thick, ready to go. We'll just swirl it round. And that'll just sit on there, and very quickly that will set. See how quickly that's set? We'll just flip that over. So and then with a good non-stick pan, you can just flip it over like that, just nice and simple. And that way it just cooks on both sides. If you have a non-stick pan, it's always a bit easier to make these things. So we'll just put that out and just put it straight in. That'll even just come out of the pan on its own. So now we get the ointed rag that we had before. Just swirl it round. And the more you actually swirl it and spread it, the thinner it becomes, of course. Just give that a toss. And it's not as hard as it looks, folks. It's easy to flip it. Just close your eyes, imagine it, and you can do it with your eyes closed. It really is that simple. Though if you're a bit uncertain and unsure about it, get the spatula underneath and just flip it over that way. Okay. And we'll just pour that straight out on there like that. You can do one more. If you have it too hot, it starts to really set as soon as you add it to the pan, so you want to avoid it being too hot. Just at the right temperature, a little bit of trial and error just to get the right constant temperature level so that it cooks nicely. Otherwise, as it hits the pan and instantly starts to cook, you get lumps through it, that's all. It's awesome. One side, this is the other side, and that's it, ready to go. And we'll give them a bit of a taste test now. You can have them on its own. I'm just going to put a little bit of marmalade, just to show you how easy and good these things are. Put a bit of butter on them if you like, honey, some fruit. We used to have a fruit crepe in the restaurant, it was unreal. We used to do a cannellini bean and spinach crepe, all with the same base of crepe. It was just fantastic. They are so good, so simple to make, and still warm. That is really good. The soft texture, fluffiness of the crepe, the marmalade coming through, a little bit bitter, a bit sweet with the sugar, so it's lovely. But you can put anything you like in them, do them whichever way you want, folks. Fill them with anything you like. They're just so convenient. In the fridge, in the squirt bottle, so simple and so fantastic. When you give them all the love, folks, you can't go wrong. And this is one of those things that you've got to do, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching Crepes with the ItalianCookingClass.com. This is Giuseppe. We do appreciate it. See you again.